Drug dealers. Have you ever had a celebrity as a customer? I used to be the head of security for a huge shady nightclub group in Boston. One of the things I regularly did was drive famous artists to dinner and to their hotels after the show. Most celebs were super generous with their tips with me, especially rappers and DJs for some reason. It didn't matter how off the wall folks were. I was really good at my job and was a pretty slick people person. Everyone loved me and raved about me to my boss. But every once in a while you'd get some crazy motherfucker you'd have to drive around who was a total loony. And there was one dude that was way more insane than all the rest that I had to drive. Infamous member of the Wu-Tang Clan, Old Dirty B-Star. He came to do a show at the club I worked out of in Boston. His rider was pretty routine. Good grass, wraps, champagne, good vodka, a variety of fruit sodas, some good gyros and fried chicken and fixins. But after the show he tells me, I want to go out and cop some meth and bitches before I go back to the hotel. Cool, bro. Tell me what kind of girls you dig and let me make some calls, and I'll arrange to have it delivered, I say. But no, he wants to go out and do this. Fuck my life. So here we are in Boston. It's 2 a.m. We're on Blue Hill Avenue in Mattapan, in the sketchiest area of town. An old dirty bastard is out the sunroof of a Benz limo with a bottle of bubbly screaming incoherently with the stereo blaring. I'm basically waiting to get pulled over or outright carjacked at this juncture. So I take out my piece and keep it on my lap, safety off, on account of which hood we're in. So we pull up to a red light at Interval Avenue, and there are 4 enormous, trashy, ratchet girls with missing teeth, with cheap, messed up weaves, terrible makeup and ratty torn spandex mini skirts and scuffed up Payless pumps presumably, chilling near to their pimp and Darig supplier, who was wearing no shirt, a 3/4 length fur coat, giant aviators with cornrows, a huge gold chain, neon orange breakaway track pants, and some Nikes that literally glowed in the dark. If Flava Flav did McHammer, that was what this dude reminded me of. The whole bunch starts talking in an entirely different and deeper Ebonics vernacular, accompanied by an array of secret handshakes and gang signs and MLB double steal calls that would have made any ASL interpreter envious of their digital dexterity. I speak pretty solid Ebonics myself, but this constituted the Aramaic jive mother tongue of the melanin blessed. I have no idea what the fuck was said to whom, as Samuel Jackson was not riding shotgun with me and able to translate, so I couldn't protest Old Dirty B-Star holding court with his sketchball. Next thing I know, the whole lot of them pile into my whip after holding court. Light turns green and we're off. It's loud as fuck in the backseat and people are screaming and yelling. I lowered the partition to see if all was well, upon which I was offered a hit from Sir Dirty's meth pipe. I politely declined as I was driving. At this point it's past 3 a.m. and Sir Dirty's manager calls me, irate, and demands he return to his hotel as he has another show tomorrow. I tell him as much and we head towards his crash pad, the Four Seasons on Boston Common. So we arrive at the hotel and ODB gets out of the limo wearing nothing but boxers and a single sock, holding a bottle of Dom with a meth pipe hanging from his lips. His new friend the pimp is catatonic in the back of the limo, but he and his 4 ratchet girls get out and loudly proceed to try and go through the entrance into the hotel. He's so loud that I can just see interior lights to rooms going on. It's about to hit the fan. So the manager of the hotel comes out, a bespectacled gent in his 60s with a British accent, to try and calm the situation, as there's a Nick black dude smoking meth with 4 obese toothless hookers with ad weaves and cheap spandex screaming up a storm in the lobby. He denies them entry. The second I see that, I get on the horn to his manager, who comes down, assuages the situation, and ODB and his girls roll inside. After he left in the elevator, the manager of the Four Seasons asks me, who in God's graces was that man, with quite a perturbed overtone to his voice. That, sir, is the big baby Jesus, the crown prince of Brooklyn, otherwise known as Old Dirty B-Star. I chuckle back. Well, as if the Yankees aren't enough of a reason to hate New York and all it stands for, I now have a second one, the manager proclaims and storms off. It was at this juncture that I decided it would be prudent to inspect the state of my limo and kick out the pimp in the back. It was also at this juncture that I saw the pimp in the back had puked all over himself and had nodded off from smoking too much dope off a foil I found in the back. So I roused him, upon which time he came out, took off his pukey fur coat, and pissed in the garden display in the median of the rotunda driveway at the Four Seasons. The back of my limo also smelled like the South Station men's room at rush hour. I rummaged about briefly and found out why. Old Dirty B-Star had also pooped on the floor of my limo. It was giant 8-pound poop too. I tried to pick it up with his shirt, which only smeared it into the carpet, which explained why he was nearly knocked and why my limo smelled like crap. There was also 2 used rubbers lying on the seat. That took me over 4 hours to clean up. After I was done, it still smelled. We got the car detailed twice, still smelled. So we ended up having to get a new limo because ODB took a monster dump on the floor of the one we had. For all this bullcrap, I got no tip. Fuck Wu-Tang.